These are all from my thesis. They are horse poems. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey buddy, why the long face?" A horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey buddy, why the long face?" The horse says, "It's you. It was always you. Why couldn't you have just stopped? It's always been your fault, and now this will be too." With that, the horse slits his wrists and bleeds to death, jerking mildly on the rotten oak floor of a dive bar, surrounded by sundry alcoholics and the most dispossessed of all people, the dispossessed of heart. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender is not there. No one is there. The horse just grazes and trots around the bar's perimeter a couple times or so. The horse leaves, the bartender returns. It was the strangest and most magnificent moment that bar had ever seen. And the bartender who had worked there day in, day out for 40-odd years missed it, while across the street changing $20 bills in anticipation of a busy night that would never actually come. Muscle relaxants cause such a terrible hangover. It is as if there were no muscles at all, just skin floating around bone, like every single thought is interrupted by bad behavior in the first 2 rows. It is as if today the horses cannot work, won't pull their little carts through fields of high golden nothings, the wheat plants waiting for the horses that will not come. Like the ugly bent finger, like the gun in the pawn shop, like the itchy splotch of redness just below your navel, like the windows with too much heat, like the tea party of mud, like the greatest betrayal, like the skipping hollow record, like the wound that will not bleed, like the C word, J word, or K word, like an anonymous lump of feces, like the most base level of filth. A horse lies inside a bathtub and pretends it is a coffin. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender asks, "Hey buddy, why the long face?" The horse says it's been a long day and that he is tired. The bartender says he knows what it's like and asks the horse if work's got him down. The horse says yeah, and the bartender asks the horse what he does. The horse says, "I'm a horse, you know. I pull carts. I help farmers. I serve as a mode of transportation for cowboys and such." Says the bartender. "Do you ever wish you lived your own life?" "Oh, I think that I do," says the horse. "Why, do you not?" Horses are more likely than other people to have weird bodies, more likely to shift and squirm in their movie theater seats. Horses are more likely to carry a pistol with them at all times. Horses are more likely to be bears wearing horse suits and talking in a voice that sounds like a bear talking like a horse. Horses are more likely to be cops when they grow up. Horses are more likely to be there when you return from work and say something like, "Oh, you're home. I hope you don't mind. I burned dinner on purpose." What is it to visit the horses? To become inside of something and make your presence known? Are there any rules for such an occurrence, or is it enough to simply enter the space one sees? Do we ever truly visit, or do we just intrude? A horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey buddy, why the long face?" The horse looks away, does not face the man he is talking to. The bartender pleads, "Come on, can't you even look at me anymore?" "It's just too hard," says the horse. "So hard I don't know if I can bear it." "Well, where are you gonna go?" "Somewhere." "Where? I need to know where," the bartender whimpers. "Let me put it this way," says the horse. Whenever you feel a pang inside your gut, the horse pokes the bartender in the abdomen. "Right there, a pang deep down inside. That'll be me letting you know I'm okay." "But I don't want you to be okay," pleads the bartender, now sobbing. "I want you to be here." The bartender's veins billowed with 300 ugly desires. The sunset that night was burning. You and the horse are crashing. The horse says he wants to take a shower. The horse asks if it's fine with you if he takes off his clothes. You tell him it's fine with you. He does this. He walks around the room. He cleanses himself. He shaves himself next to you. He dries himself next to you. He massages his tender horse legs right there next to you. He exists there solemnly. He breathes with desperation. You can see his hoarseness dangling there. He turns down the lights, sits on the bed. He asks you if you mind if he jerks off. You look through the corner of your eye and wish you weren't there. A horse is the greatest sorrow. A horse is a loud and never quiet sleep. Vibrations break the earth and feathers hold the leaves. Thank you very much. Please welcome our next reader, Daniel Hawkinson.